everyone, it's Galina and thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to make a one-layered card with new stamps from Studio Katia. We had a new release a few days ago and today I'm going to play with a Darling FREESIA stamp set as well as some new dies called Mini SLIMLINE set number 1. Using a largest die, I cut out my card panel from a watercolored cardstock. And here I want to show you a difference between a mini SLIMLINE card panel and a regular A2 card base. It's a little bit bigger and for sure it's thinner. I'm going to make a one-layered card, so I will need some masks. I cut out my masks using a coordinating die from the stamp set and I used a regular masking paper. I stick my mask on the watercolor paper and also I masked all edges of my card panel because I want to have them white. So in the center of my card panel I'm going to apply a lot of different inks. I want to create a kind of greeny spring card, so I'm going to use my favorite green colors from Distress inks, and mostly I'm using a Twisted Citron color. And next I'm going to play with my specific splatter brush from Tim Holtz. It's a large plastic brush to make a perfect splashes on a card background. So I sprayed a little amount of water on my glass mat and brush and I sprinkle the water drops all over the card panel. And I'm absorbing ink with water with my paper towel. To add more interest to my card background, I'm going to add more colorful splashes. This time I'm using a regular paintbrush with yellow Distress ink. I tried my card panel using a heat gun, just to speed up this process, and now I can remove all the masks from my paper. And here is a closer look of my finished card background. I really love this texture and colorful splashes on my card. It makes it really unique. Now I can stamp those beautiful flowers on my card panel. If you have a MISTI stamping tool, here is a little trick how to easy position your stamps. I'm using a clear film from a stamp to find a perfect place for my stamped image. And then I'm placing my stamp over the clear film, pressing it with the lid of my stamping tool and pick up the stamp. So now I have a perfect positioned stamp and I need to remove the clear film and apply ink on my stamp. I'm using a hybrid black ink because I'm going to add just a little bit of watercoloring on those flowers. Stamping on a watercolor textured paper may be kind of tricky, but if you have a stamping tool, you can restamp the image a couple of times to get a clear, crisp image. To color the flowers, I'm going to use my watercolor markers. I'm using a Tombow and Karen markers. You can use any watercolor medium you may have, but I love to use my watercolor brushes because I can easily apply a nice amount of ink on any tiny petal of the flower. I'm going to make a super quick and easy coloring. I'm adding just a little bit of ink and then I'm blending it with water. To blend out my inks, I'm using a regular water brush with a small amount of water. I'm trying to leave a lot of white space around my flowers to make them pop up from such bold background. After my coloring is done, I'm going to stamp the sentiment for my card. I'm going to use one of the sentiments from Darling FREESIA stamp set. There are a lot of beautiful sentiments and this one will be perfect for my card. So my card panel is done and I can put it on the card base. I don't have a pre-made card bases in such mini SLIMLINE size, so I'm going to make it by myself right now. You can create a card base in the size of the SLIMLINE card panel, and I decided to have a green border around my card, so I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. Next I'm going to foam out this card panel on my card base. I'm using a foam roll tape from Studio Katia and you can see how small it's now. I'm using it a lot, really helpful. So I'm foam mounted directly on the green card base. And I want to show you closer new embellishments from Studio Katia. They called Magic Pearls and they look similar to our bestseller Redison Bubbles, but this kind of embellishment has a kind of rainbow color shine. I hope my camera can catch how beautiful they are. So I embellished my card with few of those new pearls, and I stick them to my card panel using a liquid glue from Studio Katia. I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Full supply list you can find in the video description below, as well as any comments. And I will see you next week. Bye!